Behold the mystic wheel of the Zodiac. Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, I tell you, welcome to Monday. Happy Monday. I'm here today just looking at my beautiful pendant. Those of you who've been here a while, you know this. I've had this for several years. This is a pendant. It's a very famous piece of jewelry. I bought this as part of Jean Dixon's estate. Jean Dixon was a famous astrologer and psychic. And anyways, she lived here in Washington, D.C., and I was privileged enough to buy some pieces from her estate sale. And this was actually a piece of Jean Dixon's personal jewelry. It's a big Zodiac wheel. And so I'm wearing that today to celebrate Zodiac Monday. That's right. You know, I got to say thank you, first of all, before we get into everything. Thank you to all of you who came out to last night's video. We had a great time. It's the witching hour. If you didn't see that, definitely check that out. And a lot of you said, "Psychic Bob, we subscribe." Thank you for your subscriptions. And if you want to, be part of Spirit Channel, hit that subscribe button. Be part of our channel. Also, some of you wrote to me and said, "Psychic Bob, where do we get your books?" I was looking for them. I saw some of them on Amazon. Yes, you can buy my books on Amazon and eBay from various booksellers. But if you want to buy them direct from my publishing source, go to my website. We got a lot of books over there. My link will be below, robert-ickman.com. We got messages from Rose over there, Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom, Ouija Mysteries, the Spirit Board Seances, and we got more than that. These are just a few, but yes, I do write. I am a published author. Oops, my computer's about to fall over here. And I would love the chance to, to have you pick up my books, visit my website, and if you want, you can even book a private reading with me. All right, well, here we are. It's Monday, and we're going to spin around our big Zodiac wheel. How do you like that? Isn't this a great wheel? It's got all 12 signs of the Zodiac, and there's the sun in the center. So we're gonna move through the wheel today and see what is coming for all of you. Now, because I always forget, these horoscopes are for the period Monday, September the 3rd, 2018 through Sunday, September the 9th, 2018. So it's that week. Monday through Sunday is how we run it here. And check that out. All right, well, we're going to start today around our big Zodiac wheels. All right. Today, let's start off here. Let's look at what we got. We got our sun in the sign of Virgo. Where's our Virgo here? Let me find Virgo. Virgo. Here's Virgo. Virgo is the ancient mother goddess, the Virgin Mother. Isn't that wonderful? There she is, carrying her leaf or branch and dancing in joy. Sun today is in Virgo. Our moon today is in Gemini. Sun in Virgo. By the way, happy birthday to all the Virgos. We're going to be in Virgo until, till September 22nd. Okay, so happy birthday to all of you who are Virgos. Sun in Virgo is wonderful because that brings in kind of a grounding earth energy, a lot of focus here. Our moon is in Gemini, which stimulates air energy and communication. We've got our sun today, though, square the moon. Our sun in opposition to Neptune, moon square Neptune, Venus square Mars, and Mars square Uranus. Sounds like a lot of challenging aspects, okay? What you got to do today is focus on now. Okay, that moon square Neptune, it's going to be hard to get a feel for things going forward. And, it's going to be a little challenging today. The sun in opposition to Neptune also makes it hard to look ahead. Focus on now. Trust your logic. And avoid guesswork, and be careful that you avoid conflict with people. Mars is square Uranus, and we've also got Venus square Mars. People may be a little oversensitive today. Don't push anybody's buttons. Be quiet, be gentle, just keep things simple. You'll get through the day, okay? Now, going into Tuesday, things improve a little bit for us because our moon is still in Gemini. That opens up lines of communication, lines for partnership. If you're working on a business deal, Tuesday is going to be a pretty good day for you. But really, Tuesday also, I want you to focus on personal relationships. We've got our moon trine Venus, which opens up that inner feeling, that heart energy. We've got Venus square Mars, which means energies in conflict with relationships. However, we've got Jupiter trine Neptune and Saturn trine Uranus. This will bring in essential logic. a sense of blessing to be able to see how to move forward. So Tuesday, you want to focus on clarity in relationships. You've got some challenging people in your life. It's a good day to work on opening those bridges of communication and move forward. Okay, going into Wednesday, we've got our moon on that day moving into Cancer. Cancer brings in that water energy. That's that psychic self. That's that deep emotions. And really, Wednesday is going to be our psychic power day because we've got the Mercury trine Saturn, which brings in logic and clarity and communications. We've got Mercury trine Uranus, which means breakthrough in discussion. And we've got Jupiter trine Neptune, which ups that psychic power. Wednesday is our psychic power day. You can trust your psychic inner wisdom, trust that inner voice, and Wednesday you're going to rock it, okay? Now, going into Thursday, which is the 6th of September, our moon is still in Cancer. Again, that's that water energy. However, we got some challenges on Thursday. We got our sun in opposition to Neptune, which means that it may be hard again to look forward. People will get tangled up in minutia and not be able to see bigger pictures. The moon is square Venus, which again puts challenges in personal relationships and how you feel about others and how they feel about you. We've got Venus square Mars, again, conflict in relationships, and Mars square Uranus. It means people may be a little radical or extreme. You really got on Thursday, avoid mixing business and pleasure. Keep things very simple, very straight. Don't flirt with people at work, because I'm telling you, it'll just blow up in your face and you'll have drama you don't want to know. So Thursday, keep things simple, keep it focused, try to not talk as much as you can. Silence is golden on that day, and do not mix business and pleasure. I don't care how great that coworker is, don't flirt with them. Okay? There'll be trouble there if you do. Friday, all right, Friday is the 7th. We got our moon moving over to Leo. That's that firepower. Ooh, that stirs things up. This is going to be a day of power, you know. Friday and Saturday, both days are power days this week. We got our moon in Leo. The sun is trine Pluto. This gives power to long-term vision. We've got Mercury trine Saturn, which means clarity and logic and openness and communications. And Mercury trine Uranus means people break through and understand each other. Friday is a power day. It's a really great day for business deals. It's a great day for personal relationships. It's like get things on the right track and move forward. Saturday, we got the exact same transits, moon in Leo, sun trine Pluto, Mercury trine Saturn, and Mercury trine Uranus. We also have Jupiter trine Neptune, which adds in a little more psychic power. Again, it's a high power day. Friday and Saturday are breakthroughs. Any delays you're having, any struggles this week, by Friday or Saturday, you have the energy to bust through that and really make things good, okay? Going into Sunday, we've got our moon moving over to Virgo. That's going to draw down a little more balanced energy. We've got our moon conjunct Mercury, which is going to open up communications, particularly clarity within how you feel about those communications. And then we've got our Jupiter trine Neptune, which kicks in psychic power. Sunday is really a day of inner looking, inner thought, inner evaluation. Not so much a day for outer world activity. Make it more of a retreat day, a reflection day, and a knowledge day where you communicate with your inner self. That's what Sunday is about this week, okay? So there are major transits, and we've got through Monday, September the 3rd, 2018, through Sunday, September the 9th. Now, we're not done yet because, as I promised you yesterday at the witching hour, everybody watching today is going to get a personal horoscope. So we're going to spin around our big zodiac wheel here, and we're going to cover all 12 zodiac signs. Now listen up, if you don't know your zodiac sign, I'm going to give the birth date range after each sign. So when you hear the sign that your birthday range matches with your birthday, that's your sign. Now, I'm going to say it because I get questioned every single week. Somebody writes me and says, well, say it, Bob. I don't know, because according to, you know, this other psychic astrology, I'm a Pisces, but your astrology says that I'm an Aries. What am I? You're what we call a cusp. That means that your birthday falls right on the edge of moving between the signs. Now, depending on when the horoscopes are cast, some astrologers will use one chart or the other, and it'll put you a day either side of the line, and that's why you don't know which you are. Really what that means, don't let that stress you. That means you're a little bit of both signs, so you actually get two horoscopes. So if you're on the cusp, listen to both horoscopes. Now, also I have to say, some people are asking me, so, well, Bob, Can I listen to my moon sign as my horoscope? Absolutely yes, because the moon factor really affects us day to day. And these are actually mostly sun sign horoscopes. But I find that if you know what your moon sign is and you listen to the sign, the horoscope I give for that, there's a lot of help in that as well. So you can use it for both, okay? All right, well, let's jump into it. Let's spin around the wheel and drive through the cosmos. Okay. Our first sign today is Aries. And Aries is March 21st through April 19th. Aries, you are coming up with aces on every front. This is a week for Aries to see major success, major breakthroughs. In business, Aries, please try to have confidence. Even if things look rough or like bleak, it's going to turn in your favor later this week. In the area of personal relationships, similar energy. You know, you're going to maybe have a little bit of delay in getting people to understand you, but you keep working at it, keep communications open, and you are sure to have success. I'd like to say, you know, Aries are in the winner circle this week. You know, you really are. Everything ends up being in your favor and in your court. Okay, so that's what's wonderful. Also highlighted for Aries this week are issues connected to personal computers. So if you've been wanting to buy a computer or build your own computer, think about that also this week. A lot of power around that for Aries. Aries, your keyword this week is win. You are the winners. W, win. All right, our next side, this is Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. Taurus, this week for you, particularly in work, you've got to think about speaking what you feel. Taurus, you know, you generally are in a leadership positions a lot, but if you're a Taurus and you're not in a leadership position, this is a week where you want to assume some authority. Feel free to express yourself, express your mind. People in positions of power around you are listening and will take to heart what you say, so it's in your favor. Also in the area of personal relationships, Taurus, this week, you want to also speak from the heart. If you've been having a relationship that's a little on the fence, like are we together, are we not together, this is a week to make that decision, step up the plane, and say, you know what, I really like you, let's be a couple. And I feel like if Taurus will step up and do that, you know, looking from what I see are the stars also, it's going to be a winning situation for you. Also highlighted for Taurus this week are issues connected to mystical studies, particularly things related to spirit communication. So you might want to explore some books on spiritualism and see what the spirit world has for you. Your keyword this week, Taurus, is communicate. Communicate with everybody. Share those ideas. You're going to rock. All right. Our next sign is Gemini, May 21st to June 20th. You know, Gemini, don't delay. Right now, this week, you want to really just jump on the bandwagon with any projects you want to do. There's a lot of energy right now for Geminis to win friends and influence people. So it's a good time in work as well as in social life to get out to see and be seen. Share your ideas, invite people into your projects, be open-hearted and open-minded, and you're going to find that you have a lot of people that want to back you, and that's going to push you on to a lot of success in the coming weeks. So right now is the time for you just to kind of run with your ideas, share them, and use that natural communicator energy that so many Geminis have. In the area of personal relationships, Gemini, same thing. Just keep talking. You may not understand what you're saying. You may not understand what they're saying. But if you keep talking, you're going to have a breakthrough. There's a lot of Uranian energy right now. Mercury and Uranus are combining. And for Geminis, they're going to particularly feel that because that Mercury is a very strong factor in Geminis. It's one of their ruling planets. It's going to open up breakthrough in communication. So if you're, especially if you're a Gemini looking for a job this week, you know, talk your way into a job. Also highlighted for Geminis this week are issues connected to art and art appreciation. So think about maybe going to a museum or trying your own hand at art. Your keyword this Gemini, keyword this week, Gemini, I can't talk today, is now. Do it all now. Don't wait. Just start it in motion. Now. All right, our next sign, Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. Cancers, you are seeing clearly things that nobody else around you are. Right now in the work, your perceptions are accurate. Everybody else around you may be saying something different, and you're seeing something saying, well, that's not what I'm seeing in this situation. Trust your logical mind. You are having clarity in thought, in vision, and in expression. Don't hold back. Share your thoughts. Share what you believe, even if it's contrary to everybody else, because people are going to start to awake and say, oh, that Cancer person, wow, they're right. Gosh, I didn't realize that way. And you're going to help save a lot of problems and work down the way. In the area of relationships, also Cancer, this is one area where you've got to be a little careful. Right now, you are in super intellect mode, super clarity mode. In the area of personal relationships, Cancer, do not overthink stuff. Don't try to take your partner's words or somebody who says something and take it to the 9th degree. Take it just simple as it is at face value. Because, you know, Gemini, you could have a tendency this week, particularly in personal relationships, to overthink stuff and misinterpret. So be careful with that, because that logic has to also be tempered with the heart. So in personal relationships, let the heart reign. Keep the logic, but bring in some heart energy, and you'll have a better balance in the emotional side this week, okay? Also highlighted for, Cancers, I said Gemini, Cancers this week, are issues connected to writing, particularly book writing. So you might want to write a life story, a memoir, or some interesting story. But anyways, be open to writing. Your key word this week, Cancer, is logic. Cancer's word is logic. Use the clarity of the mind. All right, our next sign, Leo, July 23rd to August 22nd. Leos, right now, everybody around you are talking about immediate. What's now? What's now? What's now? In work, you've got to be the voice that breaks through that kind of obsessive compulsiveness that you're going to see this week and talk about the bigger picture, talk about the long-term vision. Right now, you're going to be a little challenged in work because nobody's thinking ahead. They're all like, well, what do we do now? Whereas you as a Leo can introduce a strain of reason into into the conversation that allows you to take people to a higher place. In the area of personal relationships also, Leo, this is a time when you want to think about stepping up your game and really making a commitment to moving forward in relationship or moving out of a relationship. It's a time for transition where Leos want to really focus on what they want emotionally and make sure to go for that. Don't hold back. Also highlighted for Leos this week, or issues connected to travel. So think about somewhere you go, maybe take a little day trip, or even get out of the office for a day or two. Your key word this week, Leo, is long-term vision in all things. All right, our next sign is Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. Virgo, you got power this week as the sun is in your side. You got power all the way to the 22nd. So definitely Virgos want to step up their game. Virgos, not only are you having power in the material world now, you're going to see, particularly in work, that you've got control of things, that money is flowing, you'll have opportunity for advancement this week. For those of you looking for jobs, great time. You also have psychic power going on. So you've got the nice balance of material power and psychic power. So don't ignore that intuitive self, that inner self. You know, people always think of Virgos as just great, organized, logical people, but many Virgos are incredibly psychic. And Virgo, for you, sometimes that's a challenge, hearing that inner voice. So let that inner voice have predominance this week, because you're in a channeling mode. The Spirit is speaking through you and giving you clarity and direction and voice. Follow it, take it, and lead with it. Also the same in personal relationships. Also highlighted for Virgos this week are issues connected to property improvements. So if you've been having a sense you want to put a new roof on your house, or paint the walls, be open to property improvement. Your key word this week, Virgo, is channel. Channel that knowledge, channel it through, and let that psychic self help you. All right. Our next sign is Libra, and that's September 23rd to October 22nd. You know, Libras, right now, one of your challenges is trust. Libras may find in the work area that they're wondering if they're part of the team. Libra, don't worry about that. You are loved, you are trusted. But sometimes you, as a Libra, tend to be very self-reflective, and you might say, well, am I doing a good enough job? Am I really liked, or are they just being nice to me? Trust me, Libra, you've got power and good energy around work right now. In the area of personal relationships also, this may be a little bit of a struggle, more from a personal side rather than an actual side. Because Libras, you have to work on trust. Libras tend to be very balanced. They have a good balance between emotion and logic. This week, the emotion may weigh a little heavier. So try to bring some of that logic back and let yourself, again, go back to your point of clarity. You'll be able to clearly see who's your friend and who's not your friend. So in personal relationships, also, Libra, let that inner voice lead you, okay? And you're going to build trust with those around you. Also highlighted for Libras this week are issues connected to divination. So if you've been wanting to maybe, read astrology or read tarot or, try to do palm reading or channeling, all of that is available for you. So definitely trust your divination, your psychic self, and let that work with your intuitive mind and your logical mind. Your key word this week, Libra, is trust. Trust your inner self and give trust in your relationships. All right. Our next sign is Scorpio, October 23rd through November 21st. Scorpios, you are the deep thinkers, the feelers. And this week, that trusting that inner voice is where it's at for you. Scorpios are going to find, particularly in the work area, that people are really extending trust to them, listening to them, and you're going to have a lot of success in negotiations. It's a good time for Scorpios looking for work to do interviews, and if you're a Scorpio looking to get ahead in your career, it's a good time to kind of push on discussions about your advancement. Be very self-focused this week because you need to promote yourself and take care of yourself, Scorpio. In the area of personal relationships, this is a great week because Scorpios are going to find that even with people that they have difficulty with, that suddenly there's a rapport. And it's not a fake peace. It's a genuine openness and a rapport. So trust that connection with those around you. Let that lead you, okay? Also highlighted for Scorpios this week are issues connected to spiritual pursuits. So maybe you want to just take some time, explore like a new spiritual group, a meditation group, a Wiccan group. Be open to spiritual pursuits. Your key word this week, Scorpio, is breakthrough. You're going to have a lot of breakthroughs. All right, in a good way. All right, our next sign is Sagittarius, November 22nd to December 21st. Sagittarius, right now you may find that people around you are getting bogged down in minutia. At work, you might be saying, you know what, we can let that go. Don't worry about that, These terms on page number 3 are minor. We'll come back to that. Help people around you to get out of the immediate and start to focus on the future, the long term. Right now, your vision, your clarity, Sagittarius, is very clear for seeing literally the future and where things are going. If you're a Sagittarius and you're in a job where you're looking ahead and you're like, I don't see much future here, I think things are going to fold, trust that. It's a time to look for a job. Also, for some Sagittarius, this is a great time to start a business. Sagittarius, if you've been thinking about having a business, right now is a great time to look to that and trust your guidance, your inner word, your inner wisdom on that, okay? Now, in the area of personal relationships also, Sagittarius, you want to think about long-term as well. Some of you are single or just starting in relationships. It may seem premature, but you want to kind of contemplate, do I see this relationship going forward? Where's it going to take me? How's it going to look? So focus on that, on the future with relationships, and you're going to rock it. Also highlighted for Sagittarius this week are issues connected to business development. So if you've been wanting to start a business, no time like the present, okay? Your key word this week, Sagittarius, is future. Look to the future. All right. Our next sign, Capricorn. December 22nd through January 19th. Capricorns, this is going to sound funny. You're usually much more grounded and you're kind of like not as talkative as a lot of the other signs. But this week, you got to break out of that. I want you to be talking. Talk to everybody. Talk to the postman. Talk to the person in the cube next to you. Talk to the person across the street who just gets the paper in the morning. What you're going to find is that the gift of communication right now, Capricorn, is really giving you power to connect with others. And you're going to find that if you just keep talking, you have breakthroughs. If you're in a business situation where you feel like, well, you know, we're just not understanding each other, don't give up. Just keep talking. Just keep talking. Keep talking. Because what happens is as you talk, power builds and you have breakthroughs. So people that may have come in to deal with you who are like hostile, and you're thinking, I can't deal with this, don't let it flush you. Just keep a general banter going. Keep it light. Keep talking. And you're going to see that the power of your words open doors for you. In the area of personal relationships, also same thing. Don't get into a situation this week, Capricorn, where you get angry and slam the door on somebody. That's not going to work. Just keep talking. Say, well, you know, help me understand your point of view. Help me. Let me share my point of view. And then you'll see that peace will reign and understanding on all fronts, okay? Also highlighted for Capricorns this week are issues connected to automobiles, and particularly like purchase of automobiles or transportation purchases. So you've been wanting to get a car or work on a car or do some changes on an automobile, now's the time to focus on that. Your key word this week, Capricorn, is talk. Just keep talking. Doesn't matter what you say, just keep talking. Yap, 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 yap. All right. Well, not too much yap, 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 but talk with logic. All right, our next sign is Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. Aquarius, you know, you're sharing a lot right now with the Cancers. You know, both of you are seeing things very clearly. Aquarius, one of the things you're going to see, particularly in the work this week, is that you see how to streamline processes and you know how to kind of get to the heart of matters. Now, you may find in business meetings, Aquarius, that suddenly you're having the breakthrough, you know, because there's a lot of Uranian influence this week, which is your ruling planet. And you might find that, you know, you come up with an idea that sounds kind of crazy, but when you just share it with people, they love it and support it. So don't be afraid to do a lot of expression, because I feel like the vision you're getting is coming from the higher self, and there's a lot of wisdom and clarity in that. In the area of personal relationships also, Aquarius, this week you're going to really feel like you understand people. You've got your sense on the timing, you know. Despite the fact we have some challenging emotional transits this week, you're kind of in that transcendent place where you understand how to address people and even discuss complex issues without confusing people or making people feel offended. So definitely use your power of persuasion, your power of communications this week. In the area of personal relationships, same thing. You know just how to get to the heart of the matter. Don't mix words, just tell it like it is. People will get it and they'll be with you. Also highlighted for Aquarius this week are issues connected to artistic pursuits. So you're an Aquarius, you want to try your hand at painting, drawing, sculpting, all of that. Be open to that. Explore it. Let it work for you. Your key word this week, Aquarius, is clarity. All right. And our last but not least sign, Pisces. Oh, I love Pisces. The fish women. All right. February 19th to March 20th. Pisces, this week for you, it's all about seeing that which is hidden. People around you will put up show, you know, like flash and show. Here's the show. Look at what I'm showing. But really, Pisces, your secret is don't be swayed by that outer glamour. Go behind the scenes and find out what's going on. Don't take anything right now as face value. Pisces, you need to check it out. Somebody says, oh, I heard this is happening at work and, you know, you better get ready for this. Don't just take their word for it. It's not that people are trying to lie. It's that people just are not focused right now. And as you go, in a sense, behind what you're hearing, you'll find out what the true story is. In the area of personal relationships also, Pisces, this week may be just a little challenging for you because you may feel like that your partner or potential partner is not opening up and sharing with you. You know, Pisces, you deal with the deep emotions. You like to feel loved. You love it when people express love, but you may find that people are a little tight-lipped this week and you may not be sure of your footing with them. Again, don't take it at surface value. Go deeper and say, how has this person been over time? And what you'll find is most of the people that you're questioning really have a good background. You can trust that, okay? Also highlighted for Pisces this week are issues connected to creative writing. So if you've been wanting to write a poem, write a song, write a book, be open to that. This writing around Pisces looks more like poetic writing or song lyrics writing. So just be open to that because you may be channeling some wonderful lyrics in. Your key word this week, Pisces, is occult. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, there we are. We spun around our big zodiac wheel. Listen, I gotta say, you know, I say it every week, but it's true. If you feel overwhelmed by life, don't give in to despair. Just pause and look to the zodiac wheel above us, because that wheel is always spinning, and each day it brings new hope, new alignments, and new possibilities for success. So let the stars be your friend on the journey. They don't compel nor control us. They gently guide us and help us have power where we need it in our lives. Guys, listen, thank you for being here. You guys have been so wonderful. Again, thank you for coming out to yesterday's video. If you didn't see that, that's in the queue right before this one. So keep it here at Spirit Channel. You know we always got more coming. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. Be back here for Messages from the Spirit World. Messages from the Spirit World, for those of you who are new, is something I do every Tuesday. I do little mini readings for people, psychic readings. So if you have a question that you want me to answer, you can also put it in the box below this video, or you can write to me at my email, readings@robert-hickman.com. Again, that link will also be below. And if you want to contact me this week for a reading, we got links below. If my phone is not working because I'm having some issues there, it may be, hopefully it's working. Go ahead and try it. If it's not, write me an email and we'll get you on the schedule for a private session. Well, guys, thanks for being here. I love you. You guys rock. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, may you always blessed be.